Hey everyone, this is Liza from Dusk Reads, and today I'll be doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag. This tag was originally created by The Book Archer here on YouTube. I'll leave a link to that video down below. So the first question is, what is a popular book or series that you didn't like? For this one, I've got the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sara. This isn't one that I necessarily hate, but it's definitely not a favourite. I don't like the romance, the writing's not that great. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like it as much as everyone else absolutely loves it. Like, this book wasn't good at all. And then the next two books were okay. I'm pretty sure I rated them like 3.5, 4 stars, something around there. But they're definitely not like all-time favourites. Okay, the next question is, what is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but you love? For this one, I'm going with Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows. This one isn't one that everyone hates, but it's one that seems to be you either love it or you hate it. And I've heard a lot of negative opinions about this book, but I really enjoyed it. I love the dragon aspect. The whole story was just quite enjoyable, so yeah, this one is one that I loved that a lot of people didn't like. Okay, so the next question is, what is a love triangle in a book or series where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with? So for this one, I fucking hate love triangles. So if a book has a love triangle, I just completely ignore the romance because I don't give a fuck. I'm not a romance reader. I hate insta-love. I hate basically most things about romance in books. So for this one, I don't have an answer because I just hate love triangles to begin with. So the next question is, what is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for? So for this one, I don't read contemporaries that often. Like I said, I don't like romance, so most contemporaries are romance based and I don't like that. I only read contemporaries if there's something else to them that interests me. For example, Queens of Geek with the whole supercon and all that idea, that interested me. Not necessarily the romance in it, The Hate U Give, because it's a whole other situation on top of the small romance that is in The Hate U Give. So I like contemporaries like that, but I don't like just romance contemporaries. I can't stand them and I will probably never read one, because I have to, unless I have to. So besides that, that's about the only genre that I don't read. I don't read horror that much. It just doesn't interest me that much. And I don't read thrillers, on the same boat, but yeah, that's about it. Okay, the next question is, what is a popular or beloved character that you don't like? Let's just go with Snape. Because I know a lot of people have, they didn't like him to begin with, but in the end they're like, oh my god, I love Snape, he's amazing, he's the best character. No, he's a fucking asshole. So, I don't like him at all. The way he treated Harry throughout the books, just because Harry looked like his father and he's related to James. That's the only reason Snape hated him, just because he didn't like James. And that used to drive me insane. And the worst thing is how he treated Neville. Just because Neville wasn't necessarily the most intelligent person in the class, he treated him like shit. And it was to a point where he was Neville's worst fear. So no, I fucking hate Snape. He is an arsehole. I don't care if he was a good guy, he is still a prick. So the next question is, who is a popular author that you can't seem to get into? Probably Sara. That's one that I don't care. So the first, the ACOTAR series wasn't that great and I have no interest whatsoever to read Throne of Glass. Everyone talks about the romance in that book and it makes it seem like that's the only thing that fucking happens. Because I literally don't know anything else about it except for the romances and the love triangles and the insta-love that people talk about in Throne of Glass. I've never heard anyone specifically sit down and talk about the plot of Throne of Glass. So I have no interest whatsoever of reading those books, at all. Another author I can't get into is Neil Gaiman. I don't know, I've read I think 2 or 3 of his books and I haven't liked any of them. They just didn't interest me at all. I found them boring, I found them confusing. So that's another author that I just can't get into, and so many people absolutely love his work and I don't get it. I'm so confused. So the next question is, what is a popular book trope that you are tired of seeing? This one I've talked about a lot on my blog, and it is the crappy, missing, or dead parents trope. I'm not actually sure if that is a trope, but it is something that happens in YA books all the fucking time. You go through, I went through when I wrote a discussion post about this on my blog, I went through the last 10 books that I had read and commented on my, like in my blog, I put up whether like that book had one of these things in it. I didn't say what the books were, so I didn't spoil anyone, but every single one of them, of those 10 books, the last 10 books that I had read, they all had that trope. And it's just ridiculous. Why can't a YA character just have a nice, loving family? Like, I want more Weasleys in the world. Or Zoe's parents from the Menagerie series. Why can't we have more YA characters that just have good parents? Why do they always have to be dead or missing or don't care or just don't understand the character at all? I just don't get it. Why can't we have families? Like, I know it is, like, sometimes it's okay to not have the family figures because, yeah, that happens in real life. But more often is at least one parent does give a shit. But in YA, that just, it doesn't happen at all. At all. So the next question is, what is a popular book or series that you have no interest in reading? So I talked about Throne of Glass. That one I have no interest in at all. I have no interest in continuing the Nevernight series. I read Nevernight. I have no interest whatsoever of reading God's Grave or whatever the next one. The third book's called, I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I have no interest in reading those whatsoever. Yeah, that's the only ones I can think of for that one. But yeah, Nevernight, the Throne of Glass series, I have no interest in. I'm just trying to think. I can't think of any other series that I have absolutely no interest in besides like the obvious ones like romances and that type of crap that I just don't have an interest in to begin with. Okay, the next question is, what is a movie or TV show adaptation of a book or series that you like more than the books? This one I'm probably going to go with the Shadowhunters TV show, season 1. I did not like the Mortal Instruments series. I read the first two books and I just couldn't get into it. Never plan on continuing the series at all. But I did actually really enjoy the first season of the Shadowhunters TV show. I haven't watched the movie, but the first season was pretty good. I started watching the second season and it got to, spoilers for season 2 of Shadowhunters, it got to where the romance happens between Clary and Simon, and I did not like that at all, so I fucked off the series. I haven't watched any more of it after those episodes. So yeah, but I did enjoy season 1. So that one I think is better than the book. Okay, that's all the questions. I thought there was more, but there's not. That's all the questions. So yeah, that's the end of my Unpopular Opinions book tag. And you may have noticed I've got a new bookshelf here. This is my new one. So I'm really happy with it. It's like really tall. But yeah, this is my new one. And you can see one of my Harry Potter shelves here. So I'm really happy with my new backdrop and my new bookshelf because now I don't have to double stack my TBR pile to fit all my books in the bookshelves. So that's always good. But yeah, that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments if you agree with any of my unpopular opinions or whether you disagree. Don't be rude though. I may not like the things you do, that doesn't matter. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.